Perched on the edge of Utah's soaring Ponce-Gant Plateau and 4 hours northeast of Las Vegas is Bryce Canyon National Park, an ever-changing landscape of soaring pinnacles, bottomless chasms, lofty woodlands, and forests of stone. Despite its name, this wild panorama of sand, stone, and sky is not a canyon. It is a collection of natural amphitheaters forged by colossal movements of the Earth's crust 16 million years ago. Ever since, the unrelenting forces of water, wind, and frost have carved the fins, hollows, and hoodoos that punctuate this otherworldly wilderness. The plateau has long sustained human habitation, with many Native American tribes hunting and gathering here throughout millennia, most recently the Southern Paiute. The park's name comes from Mormon settler Ebenezer Bryce, who began ranching in the area in 1870. The geological labyrinth proved problematic for the cattlemen, and Ebenezer soon relocated, famously declaring that the amphitheater was a hell of a place to lose a cow. Most travelers start their journey at Old Bryce Town to stock up on provisions and feel the spirit of the Old West. Head into the heart of the park and stop by the Visitor Center to get all your information about Bryce Canyon, from maps and itinerary planners to road and weather condition updates. From here, follow the Bryce Canyon Scenic Drive, which runs the length of the park. As most trailheads and overlooks are on the road's eastern side, many travelers drive to the southernmost point first to avoid crossing traffic at every stop on the return journey. Cruise along at your own pace by car, or climb aboard the regular shuttle bus that runs throughout the summer season. Park your car at Rainbow Point, and from the lookout, cast your gaze north to the dramatic landscape stretching out before you. Then be immersed in the fresh scent of spruce and fir as you follow the Bristlecone Loop to Yovimpa Point, the highest viewpoint in the park. From here, the grand staircase stretches out before you, continuing all the way to the border of Arizona, and on clear days to the edge of Grand Canyon National Park. After beginning your return journey north, take in more spectacular views at Black Birch Canyon, where the earth below plummets into a narrow ravine bordered by sandstone fins and eroded rock pillars known as hoodoos. Each viewpoint along the scenic drive provides a new and spectacular perspective of the park's ethereal landscape. Continue north to Ponderosa and Agua Canyons, where even more gargantuan statues, sculpted by the hands of time, await. According to Southern Paiute legend, a race of selfish, disrespectful creatures once lived in the canyon. Fed up, the trickster god Coyote turned them all to stone, and their petrified bodies became the eerie hoodoos that adorn these amphitheaters. The plateau is an ever-changing canvas, and Mother Nature's work is never complete. Even the most monolithic formations are vulnerable to her unrelenting hands. At Natural Bridge, gaze down through the arch, once a solid wall of rock slowly eroded away by the hands of time. A further 5 minutes north, at aptly named Farview Point, take in the soaring panoramas of Bryce Canyon and Grand Staircase National Monument. Then follow the short trail to Piracy Point for even more sweeping vistas. A little further north, stand on the lip of the park's namesake, Bryce Canyon, a spectacular 6-square-mile amphitheater. There are multiple viewpoints along its edge, which are accessible by car and shuttle, or by hiking all or part of the epic 11-mile Rim Trail. At Bryce Point, cast your gaze down at a labyrinth of orange glowing drip castles, and west toward the canyon's wall of windows. Then follow the rim trail through ancient bristlecone and ponderosa pines before emerging at the sheer cliff face of Inspiration Point. Continue along the Rim Trail or drive to Sunset Point and stare off the edge into a sea of jagged crimson spires. From Sunset Point, the iconic Navajo Loop Trail descends through towering fins and pinnacles into the amphitheater. Weave your way down through the soaring corridor of Wall Street, and then past an unstirring huddle of hoodoos known as the Silent City. If you've got the time, extend your hike on the Queen's Garden Trail. Wander through mystical passageways into a cluster of hoodoos, where a formation bearing an uncanny likeness to Queen Victoria presides over her garden of stone. Then begin your ascent up to Sunrise Point on the Rim Trail. If you choose not to hike down into the amphitheater, follow the paved stretch of the Rim Trail from Sunset Point to Sunrise Point. This section of trail is wheelchair and stroller friendly and offers some of the most awe-inspiring views of Bryce Canyon. As you gaze out at this ever-changing canvas of sunset-colored spires, coral fins, and terracotta cliff faces, you will take in the work of hundreds of millions of years in a single glance. This is a place where glorious scale will make you feel small, and there is something truly humbling and liberating about that. So come, walk beneath the shadows of giants and stand upon the towering shoulders of nature at Bryce Canyon National Park.
my god, it's pumping pretty proper. I'm gonna ride my 5.9. It's really good. And cold.
Per kilo. Deep breaths.
And it's pumping. I'm gonna get smoked on the paddle up. Oh, we're out there. Mohawk though, we're not going like anything else.
From like here,
yeah,
down.
Down, perfect.
Yeah, it's a frohawk, dude.
It's a frohawk, dude. Oh my god, Lucas, did you just get a frohawk? Wanna go to Nina's? Is like the line like that thick?
Yeah.
Dude! Like, it's not a line, it's a square.
Show the camera.
How clean does this look? Watch out, JBay. Gonna rip it up.
I started early, the sun was still up, in my day. I'm light up, neon lights are, a twisted spiral, there's no denying. I'm light up, I'm light up. Double shots like they're going out of style. I need to get away once in a while. I wanna go and go, eat the subway line.
The Kalahari's got its own draw. It's vast and it's forever. You've just got to get into those sand dunes on your own, and there you're going to find a lot of solitude. It can seem like a place of massive emptiness, but you suddenly find 5, 6 different animal tracks right there. There's this huge amount of life, and when I'm on a filming project, I really like to try and live like the animals do so that I can experience the hardships that they're going through. I want to see wildlife in a totally different context, and that's really, I suppose, what draws me to the Kalahari. It's the vastness and the openness. I really enjoy being able to see these massive distances. Those are great images and things that stick with you.
July 18th, 1936. Start of the Spanish Civil War, as General Francisco Franco leads a military uprising throughout the country. Franco becomes Spain's dictator 3 years later when his nationalist forces topple Madrid's Republican government. 1969. Senator Ted Kennedy drives his car off a bridge on Chappaquiddick Island near Martha's Vineyard in his home state of Massachusetts. Kennedy's passenger, Mary Jo Kopechne, drowns. The senator, who does not immediately report what happened, later pleads guilty to leaving the scene of an accident. 1918.
The majority of South Africans, black and white, recognize that apartheid has no future.
Nelson Mandela, the anti-apartheid activist who became South Africa's first black president, is born. Mandela guided his country to multiracial democracy after spending nearly 3 decades in prison under white minority rule. And 1954.
Lord, I ain't been home in years, got the Highway 40 blues.
Ricky Skaggs, the country and bluegrass music artist, is born in Cordell, Kentucky. Today in history, July 18th, Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,